Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel here in beautiful Liberty State Park, New Jersey, in Jersey City. I met up with Kevin and Mallory, and they have a really cool camper van conversion they're going to give us a tour of today. So join us. Hello, Kevin and Mallory. Welcome to New Jersey Outdoor Adventures.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Mallory.
And we're the founders of Vanish, which is a camper van rental company based in Hoboken, where we rent out our vans to folks looking to get out and explore the country. So we're going to be showing you one of our vans today. This van is available for rent now on vanishtravel.com. And as we check it out here, one of the goals with Vanish that was really important to us is to make van life accessible to anyone that's interested in it. So especially if you don't have the resources to buy or build one for yourself, that's what we're here for. So when thinking about the design, it was really important to us to make things as easy and intuitive as possible. So you'll see that as we walk through everything. And we used a builder called OGA Vans. They've been featured on this channel before, so you should go check them out. They've been an incredible partner to us throughout this whole process.
As Kevin mentioned, we are a rental company, so our main focus is on the experience for our rentals. So you'll see that in the build and in some of the interior details. But we've personally had a blast creating some of those fun little details or memorable elements that you'll see throughout the van. And the whole purpose of them is just to spark a bit of joy for our renters as they're traveling in our van and they're discovering these little pieces.
So let's check it out. So I'll start it in the front cab up here. So this van we'll take you through is called Mary. This is our little Vanish keychain here. One of the cool things on the new ProMaster is there's this digital rear view mirror here. So this is always on, which is really helpful for our renters because a lot of our renters have never done, oh, there's Mallory, having fun back there. A lot of our renters have never driven a van before, so they're not used to only using the side mirrors. So having this digital rear view mirror really eliminates any blind spots, makes it a lot more comfortable for a first-time camper van rider. We also have this phone mount up here. We have an Easy Pass for our renters, and then you can connect to audio from Bluetooth or USB over here. We also have this little Vanish instructional guide, and then we have this traveler's log, so our renters can write about where they've traveled to, and we get to see all the fun places they've gone and cool stuff they've done, which is awesome. Show you the little swivel. Pull this handle up here, swivel around. So above me are your window covers. We have magnetic window covers that snap along all sides of the van. We also have this privacy curtain here. And then below me, we have this little ledge so you can rest your feet and your feet don't have to dangle out here. The floor is marine vinyl flooring, which is super durable and waterproof. So everything in this van is Western cedar paneling. The kitchen cabinets are all maple. Above me, we've got our Max Air fan. We have two of these, one above the kitchen, one above the bed. So you can turn them on. They go both in and out. So there's intake mode, exhaust mode. Between these two fans and then this window here, you can get some really nice circulation going through the van, especially on those hot days. So if you look up here, we've got our control panel, super easy control panel. We've got our battery monitor, water pump, light switches with dimmers, and that's it. You know, we realize that our renters are on vacation, so they don't want a 2-hour tour of everything that the van has, so we make things super easy up here. You won't see anything like inverter controls. Even though we do have one, it's a 2,000 watt inverter, it's in the back. it's always on for our renters, so they won't even have to hear the word inverter. We also have this little cubby here. You can put your spices, things like that up there. So this is our kitchen. We've got a flip-up countertop here, which is great for prepping. We've got an induction stove. Underneath here, we've got your plateware. This comes with every rental. All your cookware. So this goes with the induction stove. And then we do a coffee, a pour over coffee. And this is just storage down here. So these cabinets are all maple, and then we've got these little metal protectors along the side that help keep things durable with a rental. That's super important. So here's our sink. We've got the matte black finish here. This comes from our water tank, which is 26 gallons of filtered water. One thing that was super important to us was to have an under van gray water tank. So if you look under here, you don't see any plastic jugs. You know, our first van, we had a plastic jug, which is very common for these types of builds. And our renters kept forgetting how quickly they fill up. 4-gallon jug, you'd be surprised how quickly that fills up with water. So what would happen is they would overflow, flood the van, and you know, it's not the end of the world, but it's not a great experience. So we've got the under van gray water. It's about a 9-gallon tank. This is all finished maple, so it doesn't stain. Even insides of these cabinets are all finished. So we've got a fire extinguisher here. We also have a carbon monoxide and smoke detector. Even though there's no propane on board, we thought it was important to have. No propane was an important objective of ours because there's actually a legal issue with that. You cannot drive in and out of Manhattan with propane on board. So everything in this van, the induction stove, the heater, all of it is without propane. So here we've got our Dometic fridge. This is a fridge and freezer combo. And then above, we've got your utensils. So all of this comes with every rental. A little first aid kit here too. Over here we've got outlets and USB as well.
And then on this side, we also have USB and outlet. We have a storage shelf here that's perfect for laptops, magazines, or any books. But I love that it's next to our outlet, so you can plug in and you can charge overnight. And you know, keep your laptop going if you have to do some work in the morning. We also have a paper towel holder. This guy's great. This is a tension holder, so it won't spin on its own. And then we've added those details that I talked about earlier. We've added some artwork, some preserved moss, so you have a little bit of the outdoors inside as well. And then we have this ongoing theme within Vanish of kind of this abstract landscape aesthetic that we've worked throughout. We have lighting that's strips that go from the front to the back, and those are part of the dimmer as well. Up top here we have our overhead storage. Just pop that open. We typically have some additional linens that we incorporate for our renters. You can see quite a large space up here. And then this brings us to my favorite section in the van, which is our dinette and lounge area. So you can see our lounge area comfortably sits 4 people. We have this beautiful walnut extending table. You just flick up these levers here and you pull this out, and that extends the entire length of the seating area. To put it back, you just do everything in reverse and it clicks into place and it's nice and secure. It's got this great rubber stripping here too as well. Perfect for a rental. It'll keep it in great shape for longer. Underneath the benches, we have additional storage. We're New Yorkers, so storage, we get jazzed about storage. It's so important in a smaller space, smaller square footage, to make sure that we're using the spaces as well as possible. So under this bench here, we have enough storage to basically fit like a full duffel bag. And then hidden underneath this is our battery system. So it's not accessible to our renters, but if we ever need to get into there for maintenance, we can just use some tools to open up that section. on this side, we have even more storage, which you could fit kind of an overhead, you know, a plain size bag. And then we have our Webasto heater, which is underneath here. So if I were to pull up this panel, so underneath here we have our Webasto heater. And you can see the vent that the heat comes out here. The control panel for the Webasto is at the back corner of the bed, which you can see back there. We love this, being right next to the bed. There's nothing better than waking up in the morning and while you're still under the covers and being able to turn on the heat, and then makes your transition from under the covers to out of the covers so much smoother and so much more enjoyable. So I'm gonna turn that off. And then that brings you to the bed, which is probably the best feature in the entire van. This is an extending bed. So basically, it is 2 twin mattresses, memory foam, that are stacked on top of each other right now. When you pull out this walnut paneling, it extends to a queen king combination size bed. It's about 6 feet by 6 feet, a square shape. I don't know if you noticed, but Kevin is very tall. He's 6'3". So it was incredibly important for us to find a solution where he would actually be able to fit in the bed without his feet hanging off. So this is this was the solution. Our builders did a beautiful job with it. Another excellent feature that we've added into the van is a tablet mount. So this can be extended so that you can sit in the lounge area and watch your shows, or have it so that you can lay in bed. If it's a rainy day, you want to cuddle up inside and watch a movie, you have the option of doing that, and this adjusts to fit any tablet size. The last bit of storage that we have is this sneaky little trapdoor here that brings you to the garage. So having access to the garage from inside the cabin was really important to us. This not only allows our renters to bring recreational gear like skis or snowboards or even a surfboard, but if you've ever been in a van while it's raining and you left your toothbrush in the garage, this is a must. This allows you to get that without having to be drenched as you get into bed.
So this is our bathroom here. We've got Nature's Head composting toilet right down here. It comes with your toilet paper. We've got a shelf up top. It comes with some fresh towels. We also provide this water vinegar spray. So if you've never used a composting toilet before, there's no water, so there's no flushing. So after you're done your business, you spray the bowl and you're good to go. All right, so let me walk you through how to use one of these things. So the composting toilet works by separating your 1s and your 2s. So to go number 1, you just sit down, go. Urine automatically diverts to this front container here. To go number 2, you open this trap door. We've got fresh peat moss down there. Do your business, throw toilet paper in there, that's fine. Then you just give a few spins of the spider handle to mix everything together. You don't see it, but inside there's a fan here that is blowing air out, down through an exhaust below the van. That's also accelerating the composting process. So surprisingly does a good job of eliminating any odors. So on your trip with us, you won't have to empty the solids container. This can actually go for about a month of full-time usage without needing to be emptied. The pea container you may have to empty. So the way to do that is you can't pull it out just like this. So you need to release these latches on the side, tilt it up, and then you can pull it out. And you can dump this in any porta potty, toilet, dump station, and you can use your judgment. No shower in here, but we do have an outdoor shower out back that we'll show you in a minute. So I'll show you how to empty the gray water tank. But before you do that, maybe just quickly mentioning some of the capacities. So we've got 300 amp hours of lithium batteries on here. Those are battle-born batteries. In terms of the water capacity, it's 26 gallons of fresh water. And the sink water filters down to a 9-gallon gray water tank that's underneath the van. to empty that gray water tank, we have this easy release handle right here. So all you have to do is, when you're in an appropriate spot, pull it out and you'll see the water drain. Cool. This van, by the way, is a Ram ProMaster 159 wheelbase, non-extended version. We ordered these because we love this sandstone color. So all of our vans are going to be this same model, same color and everything. This van is 20 feet long. The height is about 9 feet tall.
One of the big advantages of that, especially for anyone that's never driven a van, a cargo van of this size, it's easy for our renters to parallel park. It's easy to pull into any parking lot space at a store. And it is honestly a joy to drive. About a few months ago, I was not driving. I was a New Yorker. We didn't even have a car. I now love driving these vans.
So here's our garage. So we provide all of your cords and hoses here. We also give you 2 camping chairs. The van also comes with an outdoor shower. So here's the outdoor shower hose. Close these doors here. So you can just pull the shower out. We've got a little bracket up here. And you control the water right here. We also have a shower curtain. So this shower curtain has little carabiners on it. So you clip these carabiners onto each side of the door, and you've got a nice little shower curtain. And they also magnetically attach along the doors. So here's where you refill water. So you just stick the hose that we provide right in here. You fill it until the red light goes off, indicating that the tank is full. You want to fill it at a slower speed. Otherwise, if it overflows, you'll see water spurting out of here. The water tank itself is right back here. So again, this is 26 gallons. We've got our water pump here, and it is filtered, so it is drinkable. We also have this bamboo mat that you can use for setting down on the ground and having your nice outdoor shower. Back here, we've got our CO detector. This is a fuse box, and then this is our breaker for the inverter. We've got this cool little cubby up here. You can put things like water bottles, cell phones while you're sleeping at night. It's nice to have this. It's also nice to block. If you've ever slept in one of these before, there's a little bit of space between where you sleep and the end of the van. So if anything falls down, it's this little shelf will catch it. So here are magnetic window covers. So these just snap right on, just like that. So this is where you'd plug in if you're at a campground with shore power. There's your plug. We also have this nice little branding here. There's no place like here. Shout out to Collected Works NYC for their awesome help with our branding. Yeah, we love this because the thing about these camper vans is they're awesome on their own, but what they really enable you to do is to travel and to be mobile, to go to really cool spots. So we found that, some of our renters, if they want to just go to a parking lot and hang out and experience van life, that's fine, that's cool, they can do that. But what we love and what I would prefer is waking up in nature and going on a little bit of a hike.
So speaking about the rental process a little bit, we've heard a lot from our friends and from some of the renters that they really want to experience traveling in a van, but they don't know where to start when it comes to planning their trip. So there's tons of great resources out there. Hip Camp is amazing. We like Harvest Host. But what we're doing and what the fun part for us is, we have had the opportunity to create these curated lists of places that we would recommend for them to go. So if you check out the website, there's a trip section, and we have it based regionally. So we have the Catskills, we have Hudson Valley, we have Vermont, we have the Finger Lakes region. But we've done the research. We've gone to some of these hip camps. We've gotten recommendations from our previous renters on places that they would recommend. So we're taking that thought process out for our renters. We're giving them recommendations that they can count on.
That's the biggest question that a lot of people have never done this before ask is, all right, this van is great. What do I actually do with it? Where do I go? So that's what we're trying to help with. We've got campsite recommendations. We've got places to eat, things to do in all these different locations within a few hour drive of New York.
That's a great idea that you have that extra service
Yeah.
available to help people along, because I know there's a lot of people that go out and buy an RV and yeah, we're gonna go camping.
Yeah.
But they don't know where to go and how to go about it. So they wind up losing interest pretty quick.
Right.
So having it all planned out, or at least having suggestions
Yeah.
is helpful. So if someone wants to go to wineries or cider
Exactly.
houses or
Yes.
breweries, you could curate a whole trip around that and really give them some ideas.
Exactly.
And the pickup location is around here?
It's in Hoboken right now.
Hoboken?
Yep.
So if someone that lives in Manhattan could take the PATH train and come right to your location and head out.
Yeah, that's right. We're 5 minutes away from the Holland Tunnel.
And that's good that you pointed out before that there's no propane on board, because I know on my Airstream, I have propane, and I
Yeah.
can't go
Yeah.
into Staten Island over the bridge. I can't go under, I have to go to the George Washington Bridge, and that's, you know, a little nerve-wracking to me that I can't go certain places. And your customers they don't have any restriction at.
No, so they can go into Manhattan if they want to. I don't know if it's our top recommendation because parking can be a little tricky, but sure, if you want to go check it out, you can.
Well, what if your client wanted to go out to the Hamptons for the weekend, go out to Montauk and stay at Hither Hills? On my van, I'm 11 feet tall, so I can't go on any parkways in New York. What's the height of yours?
It's a little over 9 feet, so we say 9.5 feet. Avoid any bridges that are below 10 feet.
Yeah, so I know that's a problem. In New York, the parkways, they do
Parkways.
have some low bridges, so you got to be really conscious of that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
And was this your first build?
This was not. So we did a first build earlier this year. It was our first foray into campervan rentals, and it's a great build, also done by OGI. But there are a few things that we learned, a few things that we picked up along the way that we changed with this latest build. So we've got 2 of these latest models and more on their way.
Yep.
So that's what's next, a replica of this one, maybe a little bit different interior decor.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
We have a few little accents that change with each van. Each van is named, so this one is Mary, and yeah.
And do you guys get to go out yourselves and use your van?
That's my favorite part of all of this is the market research. So yeah, as we're getting into the winter months, like I'm pumped. We'll probably go up to Vermont. We'll get to, do more research and more places that we can add to that trip section of the website.
And what was the one biggest thing, that aha moment when you went out in that first van on your first camping trip that you didn't know about the lifestyle, or something that you really had to overcome that was hard on your first experience?
There's just something about having everything you need travel with you that is just so addicting. So on our first camper van journey, we tested the market out west, did a few companies out there. Waking up in the morning thinking, let's go to a trailhead. Let's cook our breakfast at the trailhead, go on a hike. You get back from the hike and you're like, let's have a drink. Open up the fridge, have a drink. You can drive to your campsite, light a fire and have a great night. It's all with you the whole way. It's so empowering. It's just a really fun way to get out there.
I have that aha moment too. When I'm in my van and I feel that sense of freedom,
Yes.
that I have everything with me,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful that you don't have to run back home. You have a place to change, you got a place to nap and eat, everything's in your spot. You're not worried about your toothbrush at a hotel, like
Yes.
weird things
Right.
that happen. So that was my aha moment, like this is gonna work for me.
Yeah.
But was there anything that you had to overcome, like any challenges that, being new to the van world, that you're like, oh, we didn't realize XYZ or?
I think a lot of it had to do with the build. So the first van that we had, as Kevin said, was amazing, and it was a perfect build for someone who's going to be living long term in a single van. But for us, having to figure out what tweaks we need to make for renters, for people that are staying there for shorter periods of time, and that we're going to have, there's going to be a lot more wear and tear on this vehicle than it would have otherwise. So I think that's been the biggest.
Things like the gray water jug,
Yes.
not making our renters take a gray water
Yes.
jug out and dump it out. That was a big upgrade, I think. I think our next challenge is just getting the word out on our business.
Yep.
New York is still, no one's really heard of camper vans yet, or if they have, the vast majority of them have never rented one themselves. So we're hoping to be, people's foray into this new experience. With 8 million people behind us, we think there might be a good market for it.
And just for the folks that are viewing, this is Lower Manhattan right here. We have Jersey City right here, and looking south, you can see Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty. You got a great location for a lot of clients, and I really do love that you care about your customers. You care about their wants and needs. You made it simple because they're on vacation. They left their house already. They're on their way to you. They don't want to spend a few hours going through it.
Yeah.
You could probably get through a whole walkthrough with one of your clients in about 15 or 20 minutes, and they know it and they got
right.
it.
Yeah.
And are you available for support through
Yes.
email or? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our website is vanishtravel.com. You could also find us on Instagram at Vanish Travel Co. And you'll find all our contact information on there.
Well, thank you for spending the time today. A beautiful day here, November 2021. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. I love it, and we'll see you soon.